Okay. Just say Sashi really loud. That's all. Dice Sashi.
¿Yo?
Sí.
Sashi Puki Yushen Metotra Riralim Sinyende Yempari Sange Sindhu Mite Wari Drokunandak Shinlar Suparstu Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamir Jatayami Sanjay Sivan Soki Shonanga Yanchu Dagni Kyatsushi Daki Shisne Vite Sonanki Rula Penche Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudan Soki Shonanga Chuvardu Dagni Kyatsushi Daki Chunye Miter Sonanki Drola Penche Sangye Druparsho Sangye Shudan Soki Shonagla Yanshu Dagni Kyatsushi Daki Chunye Sonanki Drola Penche Sangye Druparso.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Muy bien, gracias. Sí. Ahorita mute your mic. ¿Cómo se dice mute? ¿Mudo?
Pon en silencio o muda.
Muda.
But
Pone
also muda is like to move, change of house. So it's a bit mudar.
Ok, muda y muda. Es broma. Okay. Now the quiz. How long? Pone en mute. Pone en mute. En mute. Thanks, Rivas, for your expert translation. You deserve your translator job. Spanglish. Espanolish. Okay. How long? 10 minutes is good for the quiz, right? We'll do 10
15?
minutes. 15? ¿Cuántos minutos necesitamos para el examen?
I think 15, it's okay.
I heard what you said, Aldo. I'm asking other people. Hay otras personas en el clase. Well, if no one says anything, we'll do 13, okay, Aldo? You see, maso. Okay, let's start. Where's the quiz? All right. It's not that hard if you studied. Okay. ¿Listos? Okay. Okay. ¿Listo, Rivas? All right. Ooh, more people came. There's hope. All right, so we're on to course 15, class number 4. And in this class, we're going to go more in depth on the 3 attributes of the mind-only school. Sometimes they're called the 3 characteristics as well, I believe. But it's Kuntak, Shenwang, and Yongdrup. Constructed things, dependent things, and emptiness in the mind-only school. Who wants to explain what a constructed thing is in the mind-only school for us? Por favor.
The constructive things are imaginary things,
Yes.
things that we have in our mind,
Yes.
are changing things.
They're unchanging. Unchanging.
Unchanging things.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the most dangerous constructed thing?
The most dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Juzgar a otro.
Judging anyone else.
No.
That's another answer. That's not mine.
That's not good either. What?
Pero esa es una de sus características que vienen de su propio lado.
Dos esposos.
The dependent origination.
Thinking.
To see things self-existence.
Wait, hold on. Anna is answering. Hold on. Anna.
The most dangerous thing could be that you see the things with a self-existence, and it's.
So, tell me in 2 husbands. What do you think's there that's not?
You think that the yelling husband is there, and this is a dependent origination, and it's a projection of your karma.
Yeah, it is. You think the husband that's yelling from his own side there, and he's not. That's a kuntak.
Right.
Okay, that's it. Good. And good, Lucia también. Okay, yay. And what about Shenwang? The dependent things. Explain that.
So dependent. I do it.
No, let's have someone else do it.
Okay. La ñoña.
Lucia, ¿quieres explicar?
May I repeat the question, please?
Yes. What is a Shenwang, a dependent thing in the mind-only school?
No, I don't get it.
Okay. Anybody?
Something that depends on causes and conditions.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And what does it lack? It lacks the nature of what?
It lacks a definitive nature.
No. Kuntak lacks a definitive nature. Shenwang lacks a nature of not coming from causes and conditions, not growing. Kewa, kepa, ngowing imepa. Okay? Okay. They are definitive. They do have a self-nature in the mind-only school. Which for Madhyamikas is crazy, right? Okay. Good. Okay, and Yongdrup? What's Yongdrup mean? What's emptiness?
There's emptiness in the mind-only school. It's the quality of being ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay. That's it. All right. Now we're going to go more in depth on that stuff that you guys don't know about. Okay. You have to study. All right. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the three qualities of dependent things. How do you say dependent thing in Tibetan?
Shenwang.
Yay! I should give you money for that, but I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Muy barato. Okay. Three qualities of dependent things. In the third turning of the wheel, Lord Buddha explains in the commentary of the True Intent of the Sutras, which is the book we're studying, a commentary to that book, that all reality can be divided into three attributes: Kuntak, Shenwang, Yongdrup. Okay? Constructed things, dependent things, and totality or emptiness. These three attributes explain everything in the universe. They are very important and they relate in an interdependent way. So those three go together to explain it, to explain everything. And so now we're going to first talk about the three qualities of dependent things that relate to constructs in three specific ways. Okay. I studied, but I'm still fuzzy on this stuff. So hopefully I get less fuzzy while I'm teaching it. So first is Nampar Tokpe Chuyul, which means dependent things are the arena where you create your constructs. The Mind Only School says that you never really see the pen itself. You almost never get beyond the curtain of your images. There's a real pen out there that exists by definition from its own side, but is merely the playground where your mind invents its constructs. Yes, that's true. So there is a thing, hold on, I even have one here. There is a thing, right? And you have a name for it. And this thing in the Mind Only School really does exist. But all your names for it, everything you put onto it doesn't exist. But dependent things, Shenwangs, are where you put all your kuntaks, all your constructs. Okay. I'll keep going. The next quality of dependent things, kuntakpe tsenikine. Dependent things are the place where the constructs stay. Okay. For example, so this is what we've been talking about with Aldo. Aldo, you can't leave class because you're a kuntak, okay? You have to come to every class. So Aldo, Geshe uses Tashi because his teacher uses Tashi, and that's a very common Tibetan name. It's in Tashi Delek, which means hello, or it means like good luck or something. So, so the body, the thing which we call Aldo, is where we place the construct Aldo. So the constructing state of mind is placed there by us, Aldo's friends, on Aldo's body, and the dependent thing is Aldo's frame, his actual body, right? And Aldo is just a thought in our minds, just a name, which we then put on Aldo. Okay? But you guys knew that. The evidence that the construct Aldo doesn't exist by definition is that no one called him Aldo until his parents made their mental images and started to name him Aldo. The key point is that each of the three attributes depends on the other two. Okay, they stand like a tripod to support each other. So without a dependent thing to put the kuntak onto, there'd be nowhere for the name Aldo to be placed. The whole point is that Lord Buddha is explaining why he came up with these three things as his explanation for how the whole universe works. And he's saying, oh, they all fit together, and this is how. Okay? All right. So in this school, ignorance is not only realizing that the construct Tashi, Aldo, Fulano is only something that you made up. It is thinking that Tashi must be Tashi from the beginning, from its own side. Okay, that self-existent Tashi is the gotcha, the thing we denied that never could have existed in the first place. So yeah, so that's one of their understandings of emptiness in this school, realizing that just the name you have for things could have been a different name. So therefore, the name you give things aren't what they are by definition. Okay. Next, Duje ki tenma. Dependent things exhibit the quality of making things happen. They are cause themselves and cause other things. That's pretty straightforward, right? Things that grow, like this, not the pen, but this cylinder, the white, this, by this thing I can write with this thing, right? It is a dependent thing, and things can happen based upon using this dependent thing. So, according to Lord Buddha, dependent things have three qualities. Those things that you imagine as a changing thing, what you think about as being a pen, those things that get imagined as a changing thing, that are thought about being a pen, and those things that change, the function as a pen. Okay, yeah, so this thing functions as a pen, so that's number 3. And those things that you imagine as a changing things, that you think about as being pen, right? The thing that you put the construct pen upon, and then those things get imagined, that get imagined as a changing thing, that are thought about as being pen. The thing that you consider being a pen as well. And the thing you add the appellation pen to, and then the pen itself, which it's hard to talk about it without using the word pen, but that's all we got. It's gonna be confusing. The cylinder, right? That you call pen. All right. So why didn't Lord Buddha just define dependent things simply as those things that change? I don't know. He expressed the relationship between changing things and constructs in this way, because he's trying to force you to see that in reality, changing things are actually just constructs of your mind. Whoa. You need to understand that the boy named Tashi wasn't Tashi from the very beginning, and the pen wasn't a pen from the very beginning. You are actually creating a thing called pen. You have an idea called pen that is standing like a curtain between you and the pen. And then you get mixed up and mistake your idea of the pen for the real pen. Okay, there really is a pen out there, and there is a boy out there. Okay, but according to the mind-only school, but the construct pen or Tashi is only an idea between you and the boy, and the pen is only idea between you and the pen that is out there. You're never really seeing a pen or Tashi. all you're ever really seeing is a baby that you're thinking of as Tashi. There is no Tashi that exists from his own side by definition. Whoa, that sounds really close to middle way, doesn't it? Yeah, it gets pretty blurry. Don't ask me what the difference is. I don't know. Were you about to ask, Aldo? Probably, right? I basically know it's not quite the same thing as middle way where you're projecting like an image onto it. You have an idea of something and you mix up that idea of the thing for the actual pen.
And the actual pen is coming this way?
Yes.
Mind only? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's a dependent thing that has a nature of being, because mind only, we didn't talk about this and I won't go in depth, but mind only is a functionalist school. The fact that this thing acts like can write makes it real. And that's what they say. Okay. I'm just going to keep going so this can be over for all of us soon, okay? I know it's hard. Just stick in there. It's harder because we are such middleweight people too, you know? And we're like, how could they think that? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, the person who knows the name for a thing. If a constructing state of mind is that which gives a certain name of an object and thinks about it in a certain way, then how can an infant experience their world through constructs? Right, because it's saying like, how can a baby who hasn't been introduced to the different constructs, like Aldo's name or the name of things, be experiencing a world that is supposedly made of constructs that come in between you and the real object, right? Just staring at me blankly. I'm just gonna stare back. So, of course, the answer is from past lives, right? Because the idea is that the baby, for so many lives, has been experiencing things in this way. Even when they come into a new life, you don't have to tell them the name of something for them to mistake it for the thing itself. Because there's two kinds of beings. Beings that know the terms of things and mistake them as the terms, and then things that don't know the terms of things but still mistake them for the constructs, even though they don't know the name of the construct, right? Like an ant would see this as self-existent, even though they don't have a word for it necessarily. Do you understand? Like a baby, if you took a toy away from them, they don't know it's called a toy, but they would still cry. They wouldn't think, oh, that's coming from my seeds, therefore I shouldn't cry about it. They would still get upset. Okay, you people have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. I'm gonna keep going. So the baby doesn't speak names for things, but he does already think of things in a certain way through constructs. Okay, that's what I just said. You are thinking of a pen as a pen because of millions of years of past karma that makes you predisposed to see pen when you look at a pen. Okay? So, because from many lives, I've seen this as pen. So when I come to this life, I don't know if I'm born in Mexico, I don't know la pluma, or born in the United States, I don't know pen. If I'm born in China, I don't know bee as a word, but I still see this as this writing thing, right? Until my mom says, la pluma, Rivas, La pluma. Okay. So you're just returning to what you always knew in past lives. An animal has collected lousy karma and doesn't have that recent memory. So basically an animal is karma so bad in this way that even though you have many lifetimes ago known this to be a pen or writing thing, right? You don't really remember because your seeds aren't that good, they're old. Okay? All right. And so all you can think of it as a trueable object. All right. I want to keep going. So you see all the objects in the world around you the way you do merely because of habit of millions of past lives. In Tibetan, this is called Nyunju. The habit of labeling things as such because you have for billions of lives. That one's in my book. So to change the world around you, especially to move up to a higher tantric level, it's a very difficult job. But it's much easier if you understand how you're making up the names for everything. Lift my computer like this. Yay! Mejor, no? I think it's mejor. Okay. Okay, so yeah. So the mind only would say it's going to be easier to get enlightened if you understand that you're constructing the names of things. Those names aren't being forced upon you. And so therefore you're able to see through that veil, that curtain, that cortina, that's stopping you from seeing the real nature of this as just being a pen. You guys have to nod at least, even if you don't understand. Come on, just be like, yeah, good, good, yeah. Aldo, you have one job, man. Come on. So guess we'll start talking about Tantra here. I'll read part of it as a seed for y'all. If you understand this lesson, you're eligible to move up to Tantra. Right now, you're restricted to everything you remember from your past lives, and you are perceiving or inventing your world on the basis of seeds that have been there for thousands and thousands of years. You're not inherently smarter than animals. No. You just have the habit of thousands of lifetimes of seeing this cylinder as a pen, so that in this life you recognize it fairly quickly as being a pen. So to move up to seeing the world in a new way, this has to happen through the door called the perfection of wisdom, which is to understand how you are inventing the pen. And in this school, that's calling it a pen and misunderstanding that name for the pen itself. You have to understand the relationship between constructs, changing things, and emptiness. This is knowledge. Making that leap between what you knew from your past lives to what you are capable of being, a tantric deity, is accomplished through the perfection of wisdom. You have to know how you're creating your world around you. Okay. But in the mind-only school, dependent things do exist from their own side. I mean, obviously, right? Leah.
I love that you use the word inventing. I've never heard that in the ACI classes. I love that. Thanks.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank whoever did these notes. Leah, what's this? I mean, is this a pen?
Yeah, of course it is. I created it. I invented it right now.
Oh, so you're going to be mind only? You're mind only? Go ahead. So this is a pen. Mind only schooler. Is this a pen?
There's something there that I'm putting a construct on. I don't know if it's a pen, but there's something there.
Oh, is it a pen? Yes or no?
It's not a pen from its own side, but there's something there, and I'm putting that image on it.
So this doesn't write?
It functions.
Does it?
Yeah. If it functions, pen.
Yeah, it writes, doesn't it? Look, it writes. It's a pen, right?
Yeah, if it writes, it's a pen.
Yeah. So this is a pen, correct?
Right. This is a pen.
So it is a pen. Yes or no?
Yes, pen.
So you're telling me if a dog came up right now, they would take this in their mouth and start writing with it, mind only school.
No, they have a different construct. They don't have a label for it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It functions a different way for them.
Oh, well, so constructs is what make things functions?
Yep, Mayor.
Constructs don't even exist according to you, mind only.
Well, the construct is what forces us to see it in a certain way.
Yeah, you said function, not see.
So, I mean, as a mind-only schooler, I'd say that there's something there, but that I penness on it.
Yeah, you said this is a pen. So every dog just comes out writing letters. Okay, good. No, that's good. Yeah. This is the argument. This is the middle way argument. But you should think about it because it does write as a pen, and many people are going to say that to you. They're like, "It's a pen, dude. It writes. What are you talking about?" The only reason dogs don't use it is because they're stupid. They don't see chew toys. They're just stupid. They just don't know how to use the pen. But it's a pen. Right? So you got to think about it. All right. Huh?
Tengo una pregunta.
Sí. ¿Cuál es tu pregunta, Marta?
Tengo la sensación que el karma no juega el mismo papel, o sea, como si fueran solo recuerdos y no creara o sea, lo que experimento en esta escuela.
Okay.
I have the sensation that in this school, karma plays a different role. Meaning, ¿puedes repetir, Marta?
Como si solo son recuerdos. O sea, en la escuela solamente como si fueran recuerdos de vidas pasadas y no como la causa de por qué experimento lo que experimento.
Like if it was more like only memories of past life, but not like what causes what you're experiencing. She says she has the idea that in this school, mind only school, karma is more like memories of your past life and not what causes you to experience what you experience.
No, I think that it's not memories, it's habits. Okay. And those habits would be like a form of karma.
Okay.
Yeah. And
¿y mi karma hace que yo haga estas construcciones?
And my karma forces me to make these constructs.
Yes. Your habits from past lives have forced you to make these constructs.
Okay.
I didn't come up with it. It was Lord Buddha, okay? Okay. So, yeah, so dependent things do exist from their own side in the school, even though your constructs of the changing objects are made up in your head. The changing things are believed to have some existence from their own side, to exist by definition. This is by definition a writing instrument that we call a pen in mind only. We believe this naturally, and the reason we're studying mind only view is that we're trying to overcome our instinctive belief that the objects in our world around us exist from their own side. Remember, philosophically, you are middle way. Actually, you are mind only at best.
In a good day.
Aldo, I was just about to make that joke. First of all, Aldo, you're gonna steal my joke. Say it right. You say on a good day, not in a good day. Aldo. Anyway, Aldo, see, this is what I'm projecting. See, Aldo tells bad jokes from his own side, but I call him the Aldo saying the joke. Aldo steals my jokes from his own side. Yeah, no, Aldo's exactly right. That's the joke. On a good day, meaning, come on, you don't think every time you go in your car, you say, oh, I'm creating this car. Every time you talk to your girlfriend, you said, I'm creating my girlfriend. Every time AMLO comes on the TV, you say, I'm creating AMLO, or you say, pendejo. Right? If you call AMLO a pendejo, you believe there's an AMLO out there. Okay? Or Trump, or whoever it is. Okay? We're talking about the state your mind is really in. Of course, in class, you're like, oh, I'm middle way. It's a pen, chew toy. Okay? No, this way, no, right? All that. All right, so according to Mind Only School, a tantric angel is a tantric angel from their own side. Oh my God. And a normal person is a normal person from their own side, because they are changing things that exist by definition and have characteristics that aren't just your mental projection. So there's a big argument. How can you get enlightened in the Mind Only School? Middle Way says, impossible. And Mind Only School says, you middle way people, you don't think anything exists. How can anything happen? Nothing even exists to you, middle way people. Go away. Okay? Understand? You middle way people, you don't even think karma exists. What kind? You're a Buddhist? You don't even think karma really exists. How can you be a Buddhist? Middle way. Okay, that's how the mind only debates the middle way.
Okay, so we're taught middle way, and then we're sort of like backing up to mind only, and like learning like we're really mind only, and that to understand it not only helps us to teach other people, but it helps us to like catch ourselves like again and again and again. But what about when we're talking to people who they haven't made that, you know, when we're teaching people and we haven't taught them middle way first. So like, for instance, I was talking to a doctor and he's like exactly what you're saying. He's like, but you know, I believe in the blood pressure and the EKG. And like, it's like he didn't use the word nihilist, but it's like, you know, oh, it's like, but he might as well have. So we learn one thing and then we're like backing up to like support us up. But like what about when we're talking to other people who are kind of interested, but they're like, I believe in the blood pressure and the EKG and it exists from its own side.
Yeah, that's why you have to be very skillful. Depends on the person. Some people are going to say that. And so then you have, there's actually 6 levels at least of understanding, right? And so for like blood pressure and EKG, you can say, oh, does everyone with a high blood pressure die at the same time? You know, if you just know someone's EKG readings, right, which is electrocardiogram, right? If you just know someone's EKG readings, their heart readings, does that necessarily mean what's going to happen to them? And you can't say yes.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like a good skillful way in.
Yeah, and you have to do that. It's difficult. It's because sometimes I go all the way to middle way in the because it feels like they're gonna get it, and then you want them to have that seed. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. So, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Okay, according to middle way view, a person's nature is nothing but a mental projection. So if you collect the right karma, all the things in the world around you become holy. Yay! Aren't they already holy? Okay. 2 types of constructs. How do you say construct in Tibetan?
Kuntak.
Yay. Kelly McGee, say kuntak.
Kuntak.
Kelly, I was upset when you weren't here in the beginning of class. I was wondering.
I'm sorry. On Mondays, I'm late.
Is everything okay?
Everything's great. I'm glad to do it.
Did you get to do the quiz?
No.
No. Okay, do it after class, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to see you. So there's 2 types of kuntaks. There's ngo la kuntak pe kuntak. Ngo is in essence, la is preposition. Kuntak is construct. Kuntak pe means of the kuntak. So the construct, the kuntak of the kuntak. If this wasn't confusing enough, a construct you construct about the essence of a thing. Okay, for example, pen, car. It's a verbalization or a conceptualization. Yes, so that's more like the name of something. And then the features, the que parla kuntak pe kuntak, a construct you construct about the features about a thing. For example, blue, long, or sharp relative to a pen. Long or thin or something, Geshe says in class. So that's how you call the things that the pen already is, but don't think just because you call those things that those things are the things you call them. It's that way. This is this shape, regardless of if you call it long or thin or blanco. Okay? Blanco doesn't make it this color, mind only school, but you have a kuntak about the blanco-ness of the thing that you call a pen. So the thing you call the pen, that's a construct. The features about the thing you call a pen are another kind of construct, a construct about its features. Okay. This can get you to middle way. I mean, after the headache. So you can construct a construct relative to the basic nature of an object or relative to the specific features or characteristics of an object. Long and blue. These are correct, non-mistaken constructs. Yes. They're not imaginary, and yet they are a construct. Okay. Okay, the third kind of construct is mistaken. There's a third kind? Forgot about that. To think that the pen is what we call pen from its own side. This kind of construct is ignorance itself according to the mind-only school. Okay, this was what I was asking Anna about in the beginning of class. The fact that it is pen by definition from its own side, not merely as a nominal thing, which doesn't exist at all. A pen is not the thing you call pen from its own side. Emptiness is the fact that there doesn't exist anywhere in the universe a pen that could be called pen from its own side. And that's definitely flirting with mind-only school, as Geshe would say, right? So the third kind of construct, thinking that the thing that you call the thing is a thing, from its own side. Yeah. Which is slightly different than middle way, which is things are of their own nature something without what you project on them from your past karma. It's a little bit different, but not much different. Okay, so the two correct types of concepts are the concept about the basic identity of something and the concept about the features, which we just explained. But the third kind is mistaken, which is thinking that the thing you call the thing could be the thing itself. Oh my God, how much more of this? A lot. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna keep going. All right, so this is the interdependence of the three attributes, how they fit together. Is there any questions before I keep going?
I have a question.
Okay, what is it?
The arena that says at the beginning of the class is the same as the white screen.
The what at the beginning of class?
The arena at the very beginning of the class,
Uh-huh.
where you project the construct. There says arena.
Adena?
Up in the, yeah, arena says
The arena in which the
arena.
constructive
Oh,
state
arena.
of mind acts.
Oh, excuse me, the arena. No, it's not the blank screen. It's not the blank screen. It's the
Is the empty space the black screen?
no.
Okay.
It's not the arena. The arena is dependent things.
Arena is dependent things.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it says it right here.
Arena.
No. Whatever.
I mean, I like that translation, but it does seem a little bit like an odd translation.
No, because we're doing the interdependence of the three things. So we're saying, how do constructs relate to dependent things? How do dependent things relate to emptiness? How do all these three things fit together? So what we're saying here is that the way they fit together is the arena which the constructs are playing in is upon dependent things.
Oh, that they're playing in. Okay, that seems like a better. Yeah, that makes sense to use those two words together. I mean, I just think of it as like the place that things get projected. But okay.
Same.
Playing.
Where are the constructs being constructed upon? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So either way you want to think about it, whatever is easier. Okay. Okay, Lucia?
Yes, I'll try to cook it.
Yeah, cook it. Cocinarlo. Okay. All right. Okay, here's how they fit together. We're gonna do this. Here we go. The independence of the three attributes. Each one of the three attributes supports the existence of the other two. They are like a tripod or three corners of a triangle. So, okay, these all relate to, the three attributes are Shenwang, Kuntak, and Yongdrup. So, does anybody remember the translation for Yongdrup? The literal translation?
Totality.
Totality.
Yeah. Does anybody know how I explained Yongsudrupa is the full Tibetan. What does it really mean? It means like the sum of the equation, like the total. Like this is how they wrote it. You see how it says this equal sign? Literally means the sum. Like sum is the answer you get from adding things together in English. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 is the sum of 1 + 1, right? Anna, you have to shake your head. Just nod your head. Good. So this is how they fit together. If you took dependent things and then minused constructs, you would get emptiness. The emptiness of a changing thing is the absence of a construct about that exists from its own side. About it that exists from its own side. Okay. Okay, to think my boss is angry is a correct construct, but to think my angry boss must be an angry boss because he is so from his own side is an incorrect construct, because this construct only exists nominally as something that the mind focuses on. Right? This is the thing we just talked about. The essence of the construct, which is the essence, the construct, which is the feature, and the construct, which is the mistaken construct, which mistakes the thing it's calling that name for the thing itself. Right? This is a pen, which is a construct, which is a name which you call this object. It is long, white, smooth, hexagon shaped, okay? Now those are constructs about the features. All right? Okay, but then you could say, hey, where's my pen? That's a pen. Get that pen out of your mouth, dog. That's a mistaken idea about what mistaking what you call the thing for what the thing actually is. Okay? No one's nodding their head anymore, but I'm just gonna keep going. Sorry. Okay. In the middle way, all of these phrases are the same, but the mind-only school makes some distinctions between these phrases. For example, some things exist by definition, but are not self-existent. Like, what exists by definition in the mind-only school? Tell me, one word, 2 syllables in Tibetan. I guess they all the characteristics are. What exists by definition?
Shenwang.
Yeah, and? Yongdrup.
Yongdrup.
Yeah, Yongdrup and Shenwang exist by definition. Kuntak.
Not Kuntak.
Yes. Good. Very good. Here we go. Just gonna keep going, because otherwise It will never end. Existence versus identity. When you think of a pen as a pen, naturally, which is incorrect, are you thinking of something as being there, which is not there? Or are you thinking of something in a way in which it is not? Okay.
Second one.
Yeah, exactly. Are you think so in English and sometimes in Spanish, we use the same verb. We just say is, right? Spanish has two verbs that mean is, and I still haven't figured it out, but ser y the other one.
Estar.
Estar, yeah. All right. Okay, so same in Tibetan. Tibetan has me and you, which means they both mean English is and is not, but me means it is not that. Oh, it doesn't exist as that thing, as opposed to it does not have the quality of being that thing. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. Menu. It is not and it is. For example, there is a table in the hallway, or there isn't a table in the hallway. Okay, you could say there doesn't exist a table in the hallway. Okay, that in Tibetan is one thing. And then min and yin. It is also, it is not, and it is in English. For example, that speckled rope is not a snake. So this is identity. There certainly does exist something there, but but what is its identity? Is it a rope or is it a snake? So in Espanol, me and you would be estar, right? And min and yin would be ser. ¿Es verdad? Like, okay. Like there's, like Aldo is not home. You would say, no es en la casa. No? You would say the other one? No está. No está.
No está.
Oh, okay. So this one's estar. And so, oh, and Aldo is not Mexican. No es mexicano. Okay, so this one. Okay, well, that's for you guys to figure out. You can argue about that when you translate this course. Okay. When you are mistakenly focusing on the kind of constructs that don't exist, constructs that exist from their own side, that are not just imaginary things, you are mainly misidentifying the nature of the construct, right? So Aldo es, I don't know, Americano, right? That would be misidentifying Aldo's nature, right? Like who he is. The construct you are focusing on does exist, right? But its identity is that of not existing by definition and merely being an invention of your imagination. The fact that a pen is what we call a pen is something that exists, but it is not something that the identity of existing, that has the identity of existing by definition. Yeah. So this pen is, there does exist something we call a pen which writes. But even if we didn't call it a pen, it would be still something that writes. That's all, okay? So your construct that focuses on the essence, this is a pen, does exist. And your construct that focuses on the feature, this is a blue pen, This is a white pen, also exists. But your construct that focuses on a pen that we call a pen from its own side is something that doesn't exist. Okay? We did this, we just did this. The fact that the pen is what we call pen from its own side doesn't exist. Okay. The fact that the pen doesn't have an identity of being a construct related to it that exists by definition. Got it? Even though you call it a pen doesn't make it the thing that writes. So don't confuse the name pen with the thing that writes. But if you call this a pen referring to the thing that writes, of course, that is a thing that writes. If you say it is a pen, a thing that writes, that is white and long and shaped like a hexagon, of course, that those things exist. But don't confuse the pen with the thing that writes. That's all. Okay, and the second way of looking at emptiness of the pen is more important because we are not disputing the existence of the construct, which is estar, right? So maybe you guys have to be careful when you translate this, Rivas. Like when you're translating me, you might have to be careful, right? Because sometimes estar is, when I say this is not a pen, you have to say, whoa, okay. When I say there's no pen that you call a pen, you have to say, no está. But when I say this is not a pen, you have to say, no es. Is that what you're doing already? Or I, okay, but because I is a form of the verb, right? Like, okay. Okay, just for, I'm not that my Spanish is any good, just clarification for you guys. Okay, you'll figure it out. All right. So, okay, the second way of looking at the emptiness of the pen is more important because we are not disputing the existence of the construct called the fact that this pen is what we call pen. We're disputing that the identity of the construct, the fact that this pen that we call pen exists by definition from its own side. Woo. Got it, Ana? Los dos Anas. You don't understand? I finally got it, which is good for me. I don't know about you people, but I got it. Okay. Until you graduate to middle way thinking, seeing your own body and mind as a construct, you never become a Buddha. Tantra will not work for you if you only get as far as mind-only thinking. Wah, wah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is it. Then we're going to do the homework. And then I'm going to watch TV. Well, Netflix. Okay, the 3 attributes in the first turning of the wheel. All right. Oh, okay, so that's, Geshe said in the class the homework was too short, so he added this part, okay? So this is kind of a different subject, kind of. So we finished the main essence of the class, even though you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, the 3 attributes. Lord Buddha, up to this point, has been talking about physical matter, which is the first heap. In the sutra, he now says that the same relationship between the 3 attributes can be established with regard to all the other things he taught in the first turning of the wheel. Every one of these things has their own dependent thing, construct, and emptiness. So these are all the main things that not all, these are some of the main things that Lord Buddha talked about in the first turning of the wheel. the rest of the 5 heaps, the 4 Arya truths, the 12 doors of sense, the 8 divisions of the universe, and the 6 elements. I'm not going to tell you what all those are right now. Okay, fine. The remaining 4 or 5 heaps are feeling, discrimination, all the other mental functions, and the consciousness. 4 Arya truths are life is a bunch of problems. All those problems have a cause. All those problems can end. And there's a way to end those problems. The 12 doors of sense are all the stuff you see, smell, hear, touch, taste, and think about, and the things that the consciousnesses that go with them, the consciousness of seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, and thinking. The 18 doors, divisions of the universe are the same exact things, the 12 doors of sense, except you add in like the eyeball, the ear canal, the nose receptors, the taste buds, the skin's sense proprioceptors or something, I don't know. And the organ of the thinking, or the consciousness? No, the organ, excuse me. And then the 6 elements, which are earth, water, fire, air, space. There's 6? I don't know what the 6th one is. Okay. That's the 5 elements. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. The point of all this analysis is to realize that all of the problems in your life are coming from your own constructs, which you hold to be existing from their own side. Because of this wrong view, you react against them and collect bad karma, which causes all of your suffering. According to Tantra, every time that you have a single thought of a single object as existing from its own side, you have changed your winds and your body and moved closer to death. The thought that things are self-existent is killing you, literally. En español, literalmente? Literalmente? Oh, I just made that up, okay. To the middle way school, ignorance itself is a mental affliction, just misunderstanding your world, even if you didn't get upset anyone, is enough to kill you. Okay, that's all I'm reading. Okay, the homework. Oh no, I dropped my thing that I call a pen. That's not actually a pen, but I call it one. And it has features of which I call a pen as well. Okay, the homework. Woo! Any questions before I make your life harder? No? How long is this homework? Cashalon, no! Okay, you're gonna get a summary of the homework. Because I'm tired. Okay, the sutra called the commentary on the true intent next turns to the question of how we identify. Do your homework now, by the way, okay? Anna's like, she's smart. Okay. Next turns to the question of how we identify the 3 attributes. It helps us understand the attribute of constructs by showing how they relate to dependent things. List the 3 ways in which the sutra says the constructs relate to dependent things. All right. Okay, I hope this answers your question better than earlier, Lucia. Dependent things are the arena in which the constructing state of mind acts. They are the thing you are thinking of with a construct such as, this is a stick, this is a pen, Este es un palo. That's a stick. Okay, next. Dependent things are the objects towards which the attribute of constructs is applied. They are what you apply your words or thoughts towards. They are what receives the labels, right? This is labeled pen. Dependent things display the typical features of a factor or a changing thing. What? Oh yeah. This. What? Darn it. Hold on. What's Duce? Oh, they're cause themselves and cause other things. Yeah. Okay. That's all. All right. Yes, Aldo?
So like regarding the pen to these three examples of dependent thing,
Yeah.
one is like the construct you have of this being a pen. The other one is the actual thing I call a pen.
Yeah.
And the third one, it's not clear to me. It's also the thing that has features.
Yeah, the thing that you call a pen, the thing that has the actual, the thing that you call the last one means, all right, 1 second. The thing that you name as a pen. So this isn't the actual pen. This is just what you think of. They are the thing you are thinking of, which you construct. Okay? Okay. And then this is the dependent things are the object towards which the attribute of constructs is applied. So this is just the thought, and this is what receives the label itself. Good. This is the place where the label's received. And then last is the thing itself. This is the thing itself, Aldo.
So what's the difference between 2 and 3? This is the thing that receives the construct, and this is the thing itself.
This is the name. This is the word pen in your head. This is the thing you call a pen. This is the thing that isn't called a pen until you call it a pen.
Okay.
But it still writes.
Okay.
Because it has the typical features of a changing thing.
But it's still 2 and 3 are very similar, eh? Subtle difference.
No, this is the word pen in your head. This is the thing you call a pen.
This?
You can't, if you do that, you're gonna confuse yourself.
Okay.
You call that thing in your hand a pen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but does the word pen, is the word pen necessary for it to write?
No.
Yeah. But is its ability to write necessary for it to write?
Yes.
Yeah, that's this.
Okay.
This is the writer. This is the writer. This is the word pen, which writes, and this is just the word pen in your head.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah, I guess it is subtle. I don't know. Anyway, in explanations of the process of making constructs that follow from the sutra, references just mentioned, a distinction is made between the dependent thing that is the object of the constructing state of mind, the constructing state of mind itself, and the construct that lies between them. That's what we just did, Aldo. Explain these three as they occur in the example of the boy, Aldo. Okay? A man and a wife have a baby boy. Okay? Okay, about a day later, the father chooses the name Tashi for the boy. This is that, Aldo. Got it? Good. Now, Tashi, the boy, is a construct that lies between the object and is applied to the boy that was born. So this is the name. I think we'll call him Aldo. Then you start calling him Aldo. And this is what is referred to as Aldo, even though you could have called him Alfonso or whatever, Fulano. Do you actually know anyone named Fulano? I've never met anyone named Fulano. Okay. In English, we say Joe Schmo, and there's no one named Joe Schmo either. Okay. All right. We're gonna finish. And I'm gonna just, maybe I'll put ice on my head. I'll just put like, you say yellow? Just yellow. I'll put yellow in my hat and just be like, and it'll just melt. What does Cecilia say? Y el de en medio sería el niño sin importar el nombre. And he that is in the middle. Oh, sería, is that that's a verb. That's a verb tense of ser, right?
Yeah, and the middle one would be the boy, no matter, regardless of the name.
Yeah, the thing that the arena of which constructs is playing on is the dependent things, the actual things, which has the typical features. Duce, I have a hard time believing Geshe translated this as factor, but it just means composed thing. It means changing thing here. Or changing thing. Oh, that's why you put or changing thing. All right. Anyway. Okay, yes. Sí, Cecilia. It's correcto. All right. In the illustration of the boy Tashi, what is the indication that a construct does not exist by definition? If the idea or construct of the boy named Aldo existed by definition, he would exist from his own side through his own unique way of being. This means that even before the constructing state of mind, his father's decision to name him Aldo did its thing. A day later, everyone would say, "Oh my God, Aldo nació? How do you say Aldo was born?
Nació.
Nació. Yeah. Okay. Gracias. The minute the boy child, right, came out of the womb, but in fact, they cannot do so unless they start thinking of him as Aldo. Más tarde. Got it, Aldo?
Yeah.
Did you try to teach this course yet, Aldo?
Not yet.
Okay, you're going to teach it better than me. Question 4. The sutra goes on to use the 3 expressions: arena in which the constructing state of mind acts, and so on, as a basis of describing dependent things, and totality or emptiness, as well as constructs. In other words, these 3 expressions are being used to get at the real meaning of the attributes in the mind-only school, and more especially how they relate to each other. Describe their interrelation of the 3 attributes. Oh my God, here we go. That's it? Oh, God. Never ends. Hold on. Let me get my charger. My computer might die. Oh my God, it is nice outside, Leah. Is it warm? What temperature is it out there?
Yeah, it got warm.
Oh my God. Let's go for a bike ride. Okay. All right. How are they interrelated? How are the three attributes interrelated? The function of these three expressions at this point in the sutra is to explain how the three attributes help define each other. We create in our minds certain constructs about, for example, a boy named Aldo. Some of these constructs are true. For example, Aldo is a boy. Some of the constructs are false. For example, the fact that Aldo is called Aldo is something that exists naturally by definition. That's false. He could have been called Alfonso or Alexito, okay? In either case, the constructs are applied towards a dependent thing. They're the arena, okay? The boy that came out of his mother's womb. The fact that the false constructs are not true of the dependent thing, the fact that the dependent thing or boy is free or empty of any such quality is the totality or emptiness of Aldo. The true constructs are helpful in establishing what Aldo is as opposed to what he is not. Oh my God, I think I finally got it. It's only been 9 years on this course. Okay. Okay, Cecilia has a question. La pluma para el perro. What exactly is she saying, Aldo?
¿Te lo digo en español, Alex?
Sí.
O sea, como
Sí, yo te
la
traduzco.
perspectiva de cómo lo ves tú y cómo lo ve el perro diferente, pues, que sería la tercera. Bueno, ¿es lo que yo entendí o no?
It's like the perspective of how you see it and how the dog sees it.
O el
That will
nombre
be
que
like
le
the
das.
third one, or the name that the dog gives to it. That will be like the third one, or I'm a bit off. She's
Oh, the third. Okay. The third of this one? Este? What is she referring to as third?
Sí, la última de la pregunta que estábamos viendo, que le podías poner como un nombre, por ejemplo, en otro país a la pluma, y tú a la pluma, pero no dejaba de ser la pluma. Y lo mismo, bueno, yo lo veo así, ¿no? Como desde una persona o un animal, cómo ve una cosa o un objeto, cómo puede cambiar. Bueno, no sé si, pues mi duda.
the last one that we were talking about. Like, for example, you said that it could be named pen. The pen could be named differently in different countries, but it's still a pen. And that will be kind of the same, like a dog calls different the pen.
Right.
Pero sigue siendo una pluma, ¿no?
But it's still a pen.
Yeah, in mind-only school, it's a pen. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you call. Yeah, what you call it. Yeah, what you call it isn't the same exact as projecting an image, which then creates it as a thing, but it's close. Okay, Cecilia? Okay, I know. Es poco difícil. Okay, but I think I got it. Okay, so I'll just explain what I understand. So in either case of constructs, either the name or the fact that the name is the name naturally, in either case, constructs are applied towards dependent things. But the fact that false constructs are not true of the dependent thing, the fact that the dependent thing or boy is free or empty of any such quality, is totality or emptiness of Tashi. So the fact that Aldo is not Aldo in name and cannot be labeled as such is the emptiness in the mind-only school. So totality equals all dependent things minus all the fake constructs that you add to them. Okay. Anna's like, what is going on? Both of them. Okay.
It seems like there's a lot of room for, like, you know, where you're going to call it a fake construct and where you're going to say, like, oh, it's really there. It's just,
because this doesn't write. We already talked about this, Leah. Does it write? Is there? So you're saying there's room to? If I wrote my phone number on here, there's room to not say that this doesn't write?
I'm saying that by this example, like you're saying, like the base is its penness, and it just seems like, you know, you could take it down to the level that its basis is, you know, that it's a cylinder, or that it's whatever 5 inches long, or you know, that it.
No, because all cylinders don't write.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's up to everybody to kind of decide, like, what their, you know, what's their concept and what's like the actual firm basis, like that's there. It just seems like there's so much wiggle room in that. Like, where's the concept and where's like the firm basis?
But you're saying this pen wouldn't write for everybody?
I'm saying it wouldn't be a pen for everybody, that it would be an object. There's something there. It's like, you know, it's like if there's a glass of water and, you know, different beings are going to see it in different ways. You know, I'm saying there's some basis there. But I don't know. You're describing it by its function.
I know. I'm my own functional school. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm playing mind-only school because you're not really refuting mind-only school, but you are saying beautiful things that in the middle way are obviously true. So keep going. All right. The text states that this principle of establishing three attributes with different objects applies to a whole list of different objects. Name some of them. These are all the objects that Lord Buddha talked about in the first turning of the wheel. Or all objects that he spoke about in that turning. Okay, the 5 heaps, the 12 doors of sense, 12 links to penetration, the 4 types of sustenance, 6 elements, 18 categories. These are all in the Abhidharma Kosha, which is the main text of the first turning of the wheel. Oh my God, we're almost done. Okay.
Can you remind us the 4 types of sustenance?
Oh my God, Aldo, I hate you. I think it's food, concentration, touch, and hope.
Hope, yeah.
Got you, Aldo. You thought I forgot. You thought you got me. Who you dealing with, son? No, I'm joking. Thank you, Aldo. Okay. Describe 2 ways in which something could be empty or devoid of something. Then state which of these 2 ways is more relevant here when we say that totality or emptiness is empty of certain constructs. What? Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, the is and is not. The distinction is between the absence of something in another place and the fact that something is not another thing. Okay. The fact that it's not another thing is the one we want. Dependent things are not self-existent things that our constructs impute them to be. The Tibetan verb for the first is mepa, and the Tibetan verb for the second is minpa. That's all. Things are just not by identity, not by location. All right. So ser and not estar in this case. Right, Rivas? Right, Aldo? Right, Anna? Her brain shut down like 45 minutes ago. Okay. Last one. And then you can cocinar tu mente. Tu pensamiento? Isn't that
Pensamiento.
Pensa? Oh, okay. Pensamiento. Okay. Gracias. All right. Constructs can be applied either to the absence of an object or to some feature of an object. Give an example of each of these for the first of the 4 Arya truths. Whoa. I don't think I showed this in class. It's probably in the reading. Okay. When you are applying a construct simply to the essence of the first of the 4 Arya truths, you are saying about it simply truth of suffering. Then you are applying a construct to the main feature of this truth when you say the truth of suffering is something that a person should realize is happening to them. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. So this is just going back to this one. Like when you talk about a pen, you're just saying a construct called pen. When you're talking about what the constructs that make up the features of the pen, you say blue and long and sharp and like that. So when you're talking about the truth of suffering, you just call it truth of suffering. When you're talking about what it is, it's, oh, that's the truth of suffering is something that a person should realize is happening to them, or the truth of suffering is something that happens to all sentient beings that aren't enlightened, yada, yada, yada. That's all. It's just applying it to something that's more conceptual and less physical. That's it. Okay. I'm done. What do you say? Ojalá que entender. I hope you understood. Pero si no, no es mi problema. No, I'm joking. Are there questions? ¿Hay preguntas? No? Really? So I can go? I can leave? Wow. No, it's kind of hard, but if you study it a few times, you'll get it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's complicated, but it's not impossible. Okay, so I got it by the end of class. So this is the 4th time I listened to this class. Yeah. Yeah, Rivas, it's true. So you should share it. You should call Aldo and ask him all the annoying questions he asked me. No, talk about it with your friends and, you know, figure it out, think about it, meditate on it. You're supposed to do the meditations, by the way. Are you doing the meditations? I did all the meditations. Like for this class, I did the meditations 7 years ago. Okay. But if you haven't done them, please do them.
What do you think about people starting class like a half an hour early and doing the meditation together?
I think you all should do that together. I think that's a great idea. And I think Leah is available Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday and Sundays to do that.
Maybe once a week.
Maybe
one.
That will be great.
You guys talk about that because I'm already busy.
Well, could you turn the meeting on a half an hour early, on Monday?
Oh my God. Don't make my job harder. No, I'm not going to. I'm drawing a line. But you and Kelly McGee and Aldo and Cecilia, and you can all get together and talk about it and make your own Zoom meeting.
Hey, people put emails in the chat for.
Oh, look, see? I'm not just lazy. I want you to get the karma, okay? It's not that I'm lazy. No, it's both.
I already have Kelly's email, but I'm putting mine in the chat.
Okay. Pone tu correo en el chat, porfa. All right. We're going to do the mandala. Please copy and paste all the emails because I'm going to end the meeting right when the mandala's over. Hey, if somebody wants a thankless job to be my administrator, which you will not get paid anything for, many more things can happen, okay? But if I have to be producer, director, and main star, then this is what you get.
A lot. We're getting a lot.
I am not that prepared to do that. Technological.
Neither am I. I understand. All right, here we go. Okay, who did it in the beginning? Who was that? Cecilia. ¿Quieres? I like embarrassing people.
Pero no lo sé pronunciar. But I don't know to pronounce it.
Solo tienes que pronunciar dos palabras. Palabras. I'm palabras.
Y las manos, ¿cómo van? Porque siempre los veo.
Solo aquí. No problema.
Ok.
No hay problema. Ok. Primera palabra, sashi. Ok.
Sashi.
Wait. Entonces, para gewa. Ok. Gewa.
Gewa. Ajá.
Ok. Es todo. Ok. ¿Lista? Ok. Va.
¿Empiezo?
Sí.
Ok. Sashi.
Jokshin me tokram. Vira blingshin and degen padi. Sange shingdu mikte ulwargi. Jokun namdak shingla chuparsho. Iram guru rana mandalakam niryatayami.
Gewa.
Ikewokun. Sunam yeshe tok tok shin. Sunam yeshe le jongwei. Dampa kun yi to par sho. Yay. Buen trabajo, Cecilia.
Thank you, Word. Thank you, Rivas.
Gracias, Rivas.
Gracias.
Gracias,
Gracias, Alex.
Gracias. Thank you.
Gracias, Angelita.
Gracias, Ana y Karina, por grabarla también.
Sí.
Thank you, Word.
Copy and paste those addresses because I'm ending this. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Word. Bye-bye.
Te quiero mucho. Nos vemos.
Bye.
Hasta miércoles.